You Owe You. Ignite Your Power, Your Purpose, and Your Why by Eric Thomas. 10-minute book summaries by the Empowered Leader. You Owe You can help you change the course of your life. It encourages you to find your purpose and use your special skills to reach incredible success. Tap into your superpower to reach success and contentment in both your personal and work life. Feeling powerless over the decisions that shape our lives is a common experience, especially for those in marginalized groups. It's easy to be a victim and blame everyone else, but motivational speaker Eric Thomas has a different approach. He encourages us to take full responsibility for our circumstances, because we owe it to ourselves to be independent, successful, and fulfilled. In other words, we should crown ourselves the CEO of our life, taking the time to understand our talents and applying them to fulfill our purpose. This will lead us toward our why, that intrinsic, intangible thing we value over everything else. So, let's get started on the path to excellence. If you want to stay up to date on our latest videos, make sure to like and subscribe to the Empowered Leader channel. We would also love to hear what books you'd like us to summarize. Leave your vote in the comments. Key insight number 1. Take charge of your life and become your own CEO. Eric Thomas was once a troubled young man who had left home to escape family trauma. He grew up in a segregated world where opportunities for Black people were few and far between. Most of his community could only hope for a job on the car assembly lines in Detroit. But his story changed when he decided to take control of his own life. Thomas now shares his advice on how to do the same. He says the first step is to shed your victim mentality. You have to be brave enough to take responsibility for any shortcomings and understand that nobody owes you anything. To do this, make sure you own your decisions and mistakes and set goals and standards to give you direction. It's also important to build a structure and follow it strictly. Don't forget to reach out to people who want to see you succeed and take advantage of their help and experience. When you take control of your life, you're ready to become the CEO and discover your superpower. Key insight number 2. Tap into your inner strength and follow your true purpose. Now that your future is in your hands, how can you find the most important tool you'll need to get there? In other words, what is your superpower? Finding your superpower isn't just about recognizing what you're good at. It's an active process that requires you to reflect on what activates your inner fire. Write down the activities that make you feel alive. Your superpower should energize you and put you in the zone. It's something you're naturally drawn to and can lose yourself in for hours. For example, Thomas was drawn to the eloquence of luminaries like Barbara Walters, James Earl Jones, and Maya Angelou. He didn't know it at the time, but he was drawn to speaking. That was his potential superpower. Once you've identified your superpower, it's time to try it out. Practice and see where you can improve. Keep honing your skills to the point where these talents consume you. Fall in love with doing it and become obsessed with your superpower. But that's not enough. You need to use your power to make an impact. To do this, you need to find your why, that intrinsic, intangible thing in your life you value over everything else. Take time to evaluate what matters. Key insight number 3. Imagine yourself in a miraculous place. Thomas wasn't just doing it for the paycheck when he was asked to introduce the famous African-American psychologist Dr. Naim Akbar at a conference. He was passionate about it, and it paid off, as Murray Edwards and Rodney Patterson, leaders of the Black Male Initiative at Michigan State University, noticed his delivery and offered him a job advising young Black students. Thomas took the opportunity and ran with it, eventually getting a fellowship, his master's and PhD. It looks like luck, but it was a lot of hard work and taking advantage of every opportunity that Thomas got to show off his skills. He'd attend events uninvited and talk his way into seeing the main speaker. He also preached in churches, helped students pass their GED, and kept on working and learning, even when he faced friction in his personal relationships. All of this led to more opportunities, bigger ones, and eventually Thomas went corporate. Practice, connections, and the ability to visualize success are key to placing yourself in miracle territory. It's all about the will to practice your gifts daily and with intention until things start to happen. That's how you create miracles, intentional ones. Key insight number 4. Become an all-rounder and excel in 3 different areas. Do you want to be a triple threat? To become one, you need to gain knowledge, become a top performer, and bring clarity and proficiency to your expression. Knowledge is the new money, so read as much as you can about your craft, theories, structures, and the people who excel at it. Attend events, talk to people, and take advantage of free resources on the internet. Also, study yourself and your family to avoid recurring patterns that can stand in your way. You also need to understand the language of your trade. Every trade has a code, so learn the technical terms that are encoded into the language of your domain. You can also find translators who can help you understand the code. Finally, you need to elevate your performance and expression to the level where people get inspired by your excellence. Put these steps into action and you'll be a triple threat in no time. Key insight number 5. Become a business person and transform yourself. When Thomas started getting paid for his speaking, he was grateful for the chance to make money from his superpower. He was delighted when he was offered $140,000 plus perks for 14 engagements a year. He thought he'd made it. A mentor, however, advised him to demand more, and to his surprise, he found people were willing to pay. He'd transformed himself into a business. Not everyone wants to make money from their superpower, and that's okay. But even if you're trying to advance a cause, you need to make a minimum to sustain it. To do this, you need to think like a business person. First, you need to be available. That means having an online presence, being seen, and showing up. Get people to be able to find you and do business with you. Second, remember that perception is everything. Tell the world who you are and what you're about. Stick to that narrative and the world will see you the way you want to be seen as you walk in your purpose. Third, start where you are with the resources you have. Keep experimenting until you find a template for success. Fourth, study what's out there, evaluate if you add any value. Final summary: nobody owes you anything and you are in charge of your own destiny. Take the time to find out what your unique talents and skills are, and then practice and hone them. That way, you can make the most of your opportunities and become a valuable asset in society and the market. Invest in yourself, gain knowledge, and become an expert in your field. Then you'll be well on your way to creating a successful business and doing fulfilling work that will benefit everyone around you. Want a reliable and successful approach to forming good habits and getting rid of bad ones? Atomic Habits is based on scientific studies and real-world stories, and it explains how even tiny changes in behavior can lead to creating new habits and helping you accomplish great things. Do you like our 10-minute book summaries? Like, subscribe, and check out more videos from The Empowered Leader. Let us know your favorite leadership and motivation books in the comments section.